anymore. Won't you let me explain? 'Cause I don't wanna lose you. You don't want me anymore.
Welcome to Sonic Legacy, where we dive into the timeless tales and transformative tunes that have shaped generations.
Welcome back to Sonic Legacy, the show where we explore the artists who shaped music history, whether they ruled the charts for decades or owned just one unforgettable moment in time. Today, we're heading back to the neon glow of the early 1980s to talk about a band that perfectly captured that shimmering crossover between rock and synth pop. This is the story of Steel Breeze, and the hit that made them part of the permanent 80s radio rotation. It's hard to overstate how fast the music industry was changing in 1982. MTV had just launched the year before. Image suddenly mattered more than ever. The synthesizer wasn't just a texture anymore. It was often the lead instrument.
What is that thing? What is that called?
Well, this is a modified Moog Liberation.
That's an amazing looking piece of machine. This is Rod Toner. Rod, let me get over here. Since we have everybody lined up, you stand right here, and let us start with the gentleman on our furthest right in the striped shirt down there. Please tell me a name and how long you've been together.
Well, we've been together almost 7 years.
How do you get these people all together?
That was Ken Garabian. He and I started in the band, so we were there originally. I located him in Sacramento.
Next fellow.
Vinny, we scouted all over Northern California for him.
They were very happy they found him over there. Yes, all right. Gentleman in the middle.
Rick Jacobs, we got him out of Chicago through the want ads.
Really? The musicians want ads? Gentleman to our immediate right here.
About 150 nightclubs it took us to find the lead guitarist we wanted, and we picked him.
All right, now and his name?
Waylon Carpenter.
Waylon, please, is somebody here going to be feeling left out? Is there a fellow back there on the drums?
Barry Lowenthal on the drums from Marin County.
Marin County in California? Nice to have you here. The drummer always gets neglected here because behind all of the stuff back here. Is it difficult paying dues and working in where was it, Sacramento that you spent most of the time, these guys?
Sacramento, Reno, we played Tahoe a lot. Up in that altitude, I'll tell you.
Get breathless?
A lot, yeah, I'll tell you. Oxygen on the side of the stage.
Where did the $120,000 come from?
Mostly Rod's friends. He's got all the rich friends.
You sure got a lot of friends. This is a bad idea, though, but what did you do with the money when you got it? Did you go in the studio and record?
Yes, we did. We went into the studio first, and then we recorded, and then had a product to shop, and so we shopped at the record company.
Didn't anybody tell you this was a lousy idea?
No one told us it was a lousy idea. Till after we did it.
You know, I only know of one other case in history. Captain and Tennille did that. Now, how did you run into your producer?
He found us out of a garbage can, he said. He found
You found a reel of tape in there? His name?
Kim Falley, a demo tape. I guess there was several thousand of them being discarded, and he apparently listened to them all and liked what he heard, so he gave us a call one night.
We must address ourselves to the attention of the 500,000, literally 500,000 other groups in the country. To spend that kind of money is not, would you recommend that?
No, I would not. We were very naive and very fortunate.
Amen, brother.
Rock bands were adding keyboards, pop artists were embracing guitars. You had bands like Journey and REO Speedwagon dominating arena rock, while new wave acts were bringing slick, electronic production into the mainstream. Into that moment stepped Steel Breeze. Hailing from Sacramento, California, blending melodic rock songwriting with polished radio-friendly production. They weren't trying to reinvent the wheel. They were trying to write the perfect 3.5-minute pop rock single. And they did. The defining track, You Don't Want Me Anymore, hit radio in 1982 and climbed to number 16 on the Billboard Hot 100. Let's break down why it worked. The song opens with bright, chiming guitar tones, layered over glossy synth textures. The rhythm section is tight and driving but not overpowering. And then there's the chorus, emotionally urgent, instantly memorable. Lyrically, it's classic early 80s romantic frustration, confusion, heartbreak, and pleading wrapped inside an upbeat tempo. That contrast, sad lyrics, catchy arrangement, was a hallmark of early MTV-era pop. The track struck a perfect balance, rock credibility, pop accessibility, new wave sheen, and radio loved it. The single appeared on their self-titled debut album, Steel Breeze. The album leaned into the same polished production style, crisp drums, layered vocals, synth accents woven throughout guitar-driven arrangements. But here's where the story turns. While You Don't Want Me Anymore surged, the follow-up singles didn't catch the same fire. None cracked the top 40 in the early 1980s that could make or break a band's national momentum. Radio playlists were tightening, MTV exposure could skyrocket a career, but without it, sustained label promotion and a second undeniable hit, it was easy to get lost in the flood of new acts. Steel Breeze kept recording and performing through the decade, but the mainstream spotlight had shifted elsewhere. Why only one hit? So why didn't lightning strike twice? There are a few factors that often affect bands in this era. Timing. The early 80s were incredibly competitive. For every breakout act, dozens were fighting for the same radio slots. Label push. Sustained promotion often determines whether a second single catches on. MTV visual impact. Some artists thrived in the video era, others didn't stand out visually in the same way. Musical identity. Steel Breeze had a strong sound, but it lived in a crowded lane. Bands with bigger touring machines and more aggressive marketing often eclipsed artists in that polished pop rock space. But here's the thing. One hit doesn't mean one moment of talent. It means one moment where talent, timing, and culture aligned perfectly. The legacy factor. You Don't Want Me Anymore still appears on 80s nostalgia playlists, classic hits radio, compilation albums, retro countdown shows, and even podcasts like this. It's the kind of track that instantly transports you to windbreakers, neon lights, cassette decks, and late-night FM radio. That's legacy. Steel Breeze may not have built a catalog of platinum records, but they built something else. A permanent sonic bookmark in 1982, and that's powerful. In final reflection, at Sonic Legacy, we celebrate artists who capture moments in time. Steel Breeze reminds us that sometimes music history isn't about decades of dominance. Sometimes it's about one song that still makes you turn up the volume 40 years later. One chorus, one climb up the charts, one piece of 80s immortality. I personally love this song. It's always been a favorite of mine. I have it on a playlist on my phone, and I sing it to myself all the time. And I was excited to talk about this song, and I hope that you out there enjoy this song, and maybe you'll go out and buy the singles or support the band and give them a little boost in their later years. And if you enjoyed this episode, follow Sonic Legacy and share it with someone who still remembers when synths ruled the airwaves. Next time, we'll uncover another artist whose legacy lives far beyond the chart stats. Until then, keep the volume loud and keep the legacy alive.
This has been a Touch of Madness production, brought to you by the creative minds at Tommy Twins Media.